What time period is considered the Old West? You are now in the desert of the American frontier west of the Mississippi. Then you hear the galloping horses pulling wagons at breakneck speed towards you. You would wonder what was happening, since in this video, we will bring you back to the past and re-experience the rich and beautiful stories that mark the start of the time period of the Old West. Having said that, it was believed that at that time people were motivated by one same reason. In those early days of the 19th century, most of the lands were already occupied by the native tribes, and if you're careless, then you would easily get yourself killed. So for the sake of survival, as soon as the news of abundant resources was heard, people would crowd out and immediately prepare their wagons and set for a long journey. If you think that this would be easy, then you're wrong. The demand for a place to live led to bloody conflicts. Several wars were fought from the 19th century up until 1920 over the claims for the lands in the native territories. The natives believed that land should remain unowned and should be shared and enjoyed by everyone. The West was filled with all sorts of people. Aside from the natives, there were merchants, frontiermen, lawmen, outlaws, and many more. Despite the hard circumstances, they won't hesitate to risk their lives in wild adventures for the opportunity of a better life. They even traversed the furthest unexplored wilderness, climbed up the deadly mountains for gold, and of course did all sorts of crimes and made easy money. Though many became the center of folklores in this time period, the legends of the outlaws in the 1860s onwards surpassed them all. Who wouldn't be thrilled with the exciting stories of Billy the Kid, Jesse James, Dalton Brothers, and many more to mention? So if there would be outlaws, then there should be the famous lawmen as well. Top on the list was Wyatt Earp, then Doc Holliday, Bass Reeves, Pat Garrett, and so on. These brave people maintained peace in the lawless days of the Old West until the 1920s. Now we know that until the Mexican Revolution in the 1920s, which marked the end of the time period of the Old West, people did everything for the chance of a bountiful life. Though some succeeded, some did not. You would be surprised how they furthered their lives from these achievements. At that time, the long-distance mail service was made possible by Pony Express, and in its days, only one mail was ever lost. At the same time, Buffalo Bill presented his unique approach to entertainment in the form of the Wild West show. The Old West had rich stories and narratives that led to our present understanding of what really happened at that time. The people on that day were not just great in the ways of survival, but also achieved some feats that were remembered until now. One of these stories might be exaggerated or just right. However, we could all agree that the Old West didn't just fade in the past, but ended up in our hearts and would always be remembered. If you want to know more about the incredible stories of the Wild West, click the following links for more amazing videos.